It's so good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I appreciate you. I really, truly do. An inside look at today's real estate market. Let's do this. Oh my. It's Wednesday, and I'm JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics, established in 1995. We are making our way into that 30-year mark, y'all. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, yes. I'm so blessed. Thank you. I appreciate you. I see you. I'm going to do better. I'm going to put your chat up. Make sure if you ask any question, if you need anything, please let me know. This is a good time to ask any questions that you may have. You can email me at jb@jbbryan if this topic brings up a thought. jb@jbbryan.com. jbbryan.com. Indeed. Make sure that you don't hesitate to reach out. Tell me what's on your mind. Let me know what your thoughts are. Now, this is a busy business environment, busy environment. I've been talking to a lot of clients about the government situation, having some really good conversations with my clients that work for the federal government, because I tell you, planning is everything. And because they're members of AfroEconomics and been members for years, no, we're ready. We're ready. Now, I believe, as in the book, AfroEconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters, and here's the workbook. And we've been doing this stuff, y'all, for a while, right? And we've been doing this seven, I don't know why I want to say seven. On AI, it says there's 7 principles to Afroeconomics, but in reality, there are 10 principles. How are they going to tell me what I got, right? And in the 10 principles, I include entrepreneurship, because I think that each of us need to carry ourselves as an enterprise. Even when you're working for someone else, I think it's important that you realize that anything can happen. And if anything, that everybody can learn from this. And I have seen so many clients, too many, walk it to their desk in corporate America, and then boom, everything's different. Yeah. So the first, you got the letter, or they're downsizing, or they want you to go to a different department, or they want you. So what we do here, these discussions, while we have our one-on-one meetings, is because we want to be able to expect the unexpected, plan for the best case scenario, that you will always be able to take care of yourself, right? So today I wanted to talk about, because I keep seeing some different, business headlines about it's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market when it comes to real estate. No, what do you think? Do you think that it's a buyer's market? Look at y'all being quiet today. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that downside. But if you say something, I will bring your comment. I will bring the comment back up so we can all see it. But you know, is it's a buyer's market, and that is the way that it's seen. But why? You know, why? Well, that's because the average home value has increased, but the prices, according to the research, the prices that people are accepting are lower than the market value of the house. So that means that, that actually buyers are coming into, even if they would list the house and say, I need to make at least this, according to the numbers, they're accepting, like 98% on average of the house market value. And that is like at a 2-year low, because you all remember where there was a time, and then this of course depends on what housing market that you're in and where you live and what the house is and where the neighborhood is and all of that kind of stuff. But we're just talking about averages. Somebody out there, keep it together. We're just talking about the numbers that, just goes with averages out. And so on average, people are selling their homes for less than what the market value of the home is right now. So you can interpret that as a buyer's market, because if you are in a position to buy, especially if someone has cash, why would the cash matter? Why is cash so great? Well, because people that have to finance in a market that is of high interest rates, like right now, interest rates are higher than most buyers want it to be. So with the average 30-year mortgage as of January of this year, it was almost 7%. Isn't that something? So mortgage rates have been elevating over the last couple of years. So if, we can somehow get the Federal Reserve to get on board and keep their commitment to lowering interest rates, that might help. That could help hopefully bring these mortgage rates down. But so because we still have in our memory, but there'll become a time, if they don't let up on these interest rates, where the 2s and 3s will be a far memory. And people will start making the proper adjustments in their bills and their lifestyle so that they can buy the home at the existing interest rates, if that's what they want. No, that has to be, but there will have to be some compromising on it, because so many people now are used to have become accustomed to lower interest rates, and they're carrying a bigger debt load. They may have a credit card bill, they may have a car payment, they may have school loans, they may have, and their mortgage. That gets hard. So even if there's people who actually want to sell their home, but won't sell their home because they know that the next house will be at a higher interest rate, they'll have to get a new loan for that if their current house, they don't make enough on that house to buy another house out in cash. So typically people are selling a house, then going to another house, getting another loan. So if you have the home and you have a 3% mortgage rate, say, that person it's hard for them to get excited about buying that house that they may want, but have to pay a 6 or 6.5 or 6.7 that they're saying for it. Some people higher, depends on their debt situation, depends on their credit situation. So this could be a good time to focus on getting the strongest credit, paying down debts, like, like my strategy is always, life is going to happen. So with the things that come at me, how do I maximize the opportunity that's in what might look as a negative, but it actually could be a positive? Because if someone has consumer debt, they're even worse off, because the consumer debts are about 2-3 times as high. I'm talking about your store credit cards and things like that, way higher than that 6% mortgage that we're talking about. So if you're afraid of a 6% mortgage, you should be terrified of an 18% credit card. So let's get rid of the credit cards, right? Let's do that. Let's do that. Well, the I don't know, but y'all scaring me because I know y'all always have something to say, and I apologize in advance because your your um your chats aren't coming through. But try anyway. But at least you're like on and but I have like, of course I'm not gonna go and try to figure it out, but I'm curious. But the chat might not have been added to the link that you used, and but I'm just glad. I'm just glad you're here. I can see you. I just can't see your comment or your question. But continue to do that. And I'll try to go back to social media. And if you ask something and I see it on one of the sites, because all of the places I posted streaming live right now on all these different websites. So if you put something there, that I will eventually, I think, get it. But don't forget to email jb@jbbryan.com. So the average home price in the US was 355,000 as of January of this year. That's just under 3% increase from 2024. So the prices are up as far as value, I should say, the average home value. And that's where you could see that the people are actually having to sell the house for less than that value, at about 2% less than value. So home prices recovered to new record levels in late 2023, but then declined in 2023 and early 2024. The prices recovered in 2024 and then reached new all-time highs in the first quarter of last year on the value. And that could be based on supply and demand, but the sales, they're talking about value, but it's like, on the sales, no, because of the interest rates and mortgage rates. January 2025, the average 30-year mortgage rate, 6.7. They've been elevated for the last couple of years. Isn't that interesting? The values have still been creeping up. Interest rates have been creeping up. Sales have not been creeping up. Mortgage demand has dropped further, has dropped. Even as interest rates have kind of settled in at the 6%, the demand for the loans could still continue to drop. Wow, because what? The rates are too high. The housing market activity was subdued last year, based on really, they're saying inventory, but I guess that means that a lot of new, homes weren't built either. Realtor.com predicted 14% fewer existing homes will be on the market for last year compared to 2023. So I guess they haven't released like what really happened, but it was predicted that there were fewer homes available on the market by 14% last year. So but if demand for them was also subdued, then I guess where's the elevation in the price coming in? Because they're not trying to get why the values going up. Who determines those values? Could be the municipalities continue to put the values up, knowing that the demand is not up, but they want to make sure that they increase their tax revenue. It's a possibility because generally the price would be determined by the supply and demand. If the demand is down, then why is the price continue to go up? The supply is down. The reduction in the supply, could cause the prices to go up. But if the demand is not there, it would still keep it. And that's probably why we see people are paying less than what it's valued at, which means that a lot of people are paying too much in taxes on a house that they're saying has this value, but in actuality, they're not selling that high as what they're saying the value is. But we really, you have to question how much control do we really have over, what municipalities say the value of the property is. They say, is it really based on the other sales prices? So I wonder how often, I've never seen it, but has anyone ever seen where the tax assessment is actually lowered because the sales in the area are not going up, or the value is higher than what is actually selling, as like they would do on an appraisal for a loan? Mm. So like affordability, is something that we really have to think about, especially from a personal financial perspective. That and as I asked in the invite, like, is it a liability or asset? Is your home a liability or an asset? Like, how much does it actually cost to have your home? Just the maintenance of it. Are you able to afford it? How do you see yourself affording it going forward? Are there changes in your life that will impact the affordability of your home? These are all financial planning questions, like, because our needs are not always the same at every point in our life. Like I say, like, when I'm like, oh, when I'm empty nester, I was like, I just want to have a closet with a big window and I want to look at the ocean. My need for what I want, you know what I'm saying, it will change, and then um but we sometimes we'll outgrow a situation or grow into another situation and didn't plan to get there, just as we have to plan to be able to make the purchase, to make it affordable. When you purchase a home, you still want to make sure that you're saving. You still want to make sure that you have the emergency fund. You don't want to have to use all of your emergency fund in order to do a home purchase, even though so often things are marketed to us like that, 1,000 down and get a house, like, and is that really the most secure situation for this person? Hypothetically, a single parent, and you've taken every dime of their savings and put it in the house, and then the refrigerator breaks down and they don't have any money, haven't been able to get the money back, saved again. There's a lot of things for a personal finance perspective that we need to think about, on making sure that you make your home an asset. Yeah, and how to make sure that you can afford that asset, and what you need to do in order to make sure that you can. So the affordability, I want it to improve over your lifetime, how you live. I want it to become more and more affordable. I want your housing to either be gone or that's easy. That's not a problem. But as it is projected that as mortgage rates, interest rates continue to go down, that and hopefully the prices won't go crazy, Wouldn't it be something as soon as mortgage rates go down, then the prices that people want to sell go crazy up? And then because they know that the supply for mortgages is up, and you know, and what if those low mortgage rates actually inflated the residential real estate values, and then we start seeing it slowly, slow down in value, like uh why the value keeps going up, kind of is outside of economic understanding. Um, because what you do to improve it isn't really what technically should be what the value is on market value, even though it's valuable to you. The market value really should be reflecting, the square footage, or if it's commercial, the amount of money that you've made out of it or could be made or historically has been made from that particular property. But where the numbers come from is something that we really should talk about. But I have seen situations where, you know, that you are totally out of touch with what it actually ends up selling for. So if selling, the property is a big part of your financial plan, then that's something we really need to meet and talk about so that we can, kind of bounce back on ideas and projections and do some good financial planning. It's hard to guarantee, it's hard to know, but we can make educated estimates on what to expect going forward. But it's important for us to communicate. But that is today's real estate market and what I wanted to make sure that I share with you today. This will be in the library. Please subscribe. Please share. Please I know that unfortunately I don't know why you can't make the chat, because I see a lot of you and the numbers that are watching, but I can't see your comments, and I will get on Restream over that. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you for your consistency. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. Thank you for for valuing financial empowerment. I will continue to bring it. I'll continue to try to help us in all the ways that I can. Don't forget, if you want an ebook, please email me, JB at JBBRYAN. Sign up for membership. Even if you do just the complimentary no excuse membership, make sure you sign up for membership. Communication is vital. And then the membership allows us to do one-on-one discussions about everything, your tax strategies, your investments, your benefits at work, your financial plans, educating your children, paying for your own education, paying for your next home purchase, proper ways of selling the house, all of that. Health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, home insurance. I'm licensed, thank God, in all of that. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. As well as I am your registered investment advisor and chief investment officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you.